Hi, we're just gonna wait another minute and let everyone join. Happy Saturday. Hooray. We're gonna do some yoga, so that's always good. How's everybody doing? Good, we have 5. Hi. Oh, hi, Emily. Those of you, hi, Michaela. Those of you that have logged on, if you could help me with sound and let me know if you can hear me, and I'm gonna step back here. So let me know if you can hear me okay. We have Ben, my husband, laying here in corpse pose. So welcome, I'm happy you all are here. We'll get started in just about 1 more minute. Good, Emily says we're good. I'm gonna try to keep to speak up. I'm really soft-spoken, so. Just about 30 more seconds. How's everybody doing today? Surviving? Awesome. Hi, Heather. Hi, Annie. Hi, Annette. Oh, it's so nice to see you all. All right, well, let's get going. My name's Jana. We're gonna go through kind of a level 2 vinyasa. Those of you that take my classes at the studio know that I like to push you, and so I'm hoping that you can work out a little sweat here today. So that is the goal. So even though you're at home, push yourself, but we're gonna have lots of time for rest and meditation as well, because that's been a big request, just getting some meditation. So those of you that are here, we're gonna start in Shavasana, just as Ben is right now. So come to lying on your backs. And I encourage you to allow your arms to come away from the sides of your body. So maybe you are confined in a smaller space, and if so, that's okay. And then your heels come in and your toes splay out. And then let your spine lengthen on the mat. And allow yourself to settle heavy here. So I think it's really important that we start to turn inwards frequently, but definitely as we practice. So there's a lot of inner life that happens in the body. It's also referred to as Shiva and Shakti, different energies in the body. And these energies are defined often as aliveness or awareness. And our external body is fixed in shape, so we know what it looks like. We think we know what it's capable of. But our inner body, our subtle body, the life that happens inside of us is infinite. There are infinite possibilities. So I encourage you to step forward with your practice with kind of an experimental brain, not thinking you know what's going to happen or what the reality is going to be on your mat, but rather be open to exploring through that inner body. We do that through sensation and breath. So go ahead and start to deepen your breath here, creating a little constriction in the back of the throat. This is called Ujjayi breath, and it allows us to not only hear the breath, but to feel it as well. And with every inhale, your belly will expand. Every exhale, your belly will contract. And we'll just breathe here for a few moments. stillness and silence. Let yourself fall heavy to the mat. Go ahead and take 5 more rounds of breath here. So see if you can slow down your breath, maybe 3, 4, even 5 count. Let's take our final breath in, nice deep inhales through the nose. And a deep exhale. Then start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe blink the eyes open if they were closed. And then take a full body stretch. So reach nice and tall over the head. Maybe flex the toes, allow the belly to scoop out like a cereal bowl. That's the size of cereal bowl I would eat out of, right? A nice big bowl. Good, then exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then go ahead and settle back down here in Shavasana. Shavasana posture. And bring your hands to your ribs. So your fingertips are gonna wrap in towards the center of the body. And so we're looking at low ribs here. If you're a woman, right below the bra line. If you're a man, kind of mid-torso. And as you take a nice big breath in, I want you to feel that rib cage expand. And as you exhale, I want you to knit the ribs together, draw the ribs in and press the low back to the mat. Good, inhale, rib cage expands. And exhale, rib cage knits together, stamp the low back so the low back touches the mat. You should feel core engagement here. Keep breathing, feeling the ribs. So this allows you to actually feel what's happening inside the body when you breathe and to start to work the core. Good, let's do 2 more. Nice, inhale. So that knitting of the ribs is how we find core engagement for all sorts of postures. Last breath in. And out. Great. Staying here on your back, go ahead and lift your right leg towards the ceiling and place your hands behind. Don't link the fingers, but one hand stacks on top of the other. Straighten your right leg as much as you can and flex your left toes. And on the breath in, we're going to curl the chin to the chest and climb the leg as high up as you can go. And then exhale, coil down. Good, we're gonna do 2 more on the right side. Inhale, chest, chin curls into chest first, climb the leg. And then exhale, roll it down. Good, last one on the right leg. So think about heating up the core here and coiling and uncoiling the spine. Exhale, release. Good, and right leg comes down to the mat. We're gonna do that on the other side. Lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Hands come back behind the hamstring. Remember, one hand stacks on top of the other like you're gonna climb the tree. On the inhale, chin comes towards chest first, so the spine rolls, and stack the hands to climb. And exhale, roll down, chin off, chest last. Good, we're gonna do 2 more. Use that breath. Last one. And release down. Good. Left leg down. Hug your knees into your chest. Nice little rock and roll side to side. I like to hit the tops of the glutes and the low back. Then release the legs long one more time. We're going to take a half happy baby. So this posture can be difficult anytime, especially in the beginning of a practice. So I encourage, rather than going right for the depth of the outer or inner foot, maybe you try the ankle or the calf. So bring the right leg into what would be a happy baby. Leave the left leg nice and long and grab where it feels appropriate. Maybe it's even grabbing the top of the knee and drawing the knee towards the armpit. The goal here is to get into the inner thigh, the adductor, and also to work that left psoas, so lengthening out through the quadricep and the psoas of the left leg. Take one more breath here, full round. And empty out. Release the right leg. Draw your left leg into your happy baby. And again, maybe this side is different, but no need to go for the foot just yet if that doesn't feel right. You may feel a little pinch there in the psoas and the hip flexor, but find the posture that's suitable for you and breathe into it. One more time in. And out. Knees come into chest. Good. This time we're going to rock and roll the length of the spine, forwards and backwards, and we're going to come to an easy pose, Sukhasana. So sit cross-legged. You don't have to stack the feet. You can draw one ankle in front of the other to release any sort of compression. Sit nice and long through the spine. Maybe close the eyes if you'd like. Root through the sits bones. Imagine you have a thread running from the base of your spine down to the center of the earth, anchoring you here. We're going to do some Nadi Shodhana, which is an alternate nostril breathing, really good for anxiety, really good for stress. So you're going to take your hand, your right hand towards your face, and you're going to touch your right nostril and kind of plug your right nostril with your thumb. You're going to place your index finger and your middle finger to where your third eye would be. Good. Take an inhale through the left nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. Then using the ring finger, plug the left nostril, inhale through the right. Exhale through the right. Switch the nostrils, inhale left. Exhale left. And switch. And exhale. Switch. Good, let's take a couple more rounds here on your own. One more round each side. Turn your right hand down to your leg and just sit here for a moment and notice if you feel any different. Maybe a little more grounded, maybe a little more focused. And when you're ready, you can move into your tabletop posture. Let's start to really move the body here. So come to all fours. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And take a couple moments here. We'll move through cat-cow together, but I encourage you to move the hips side to side, roll out the shoulders, the neck, whatever feels appropriate. Maybe even curling the toes and pressing the glutes back to the heels, stretching the arches of the feet. This is an opportunity to just get into that inner life of the body. So what's happening internally? A lot of us, myself included, might be really stiff. Energies might be really locked up. So we're going to work to really get stuff moving today. We're going to build some heat, work up a nice sweat. Good. 2 more rounds of movement here. Organic, intuitive movement. And then come back to tabletop. Lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head forward, reach the tail back. As you exhale, cat pose, really curling chin to chest, belly to spine. Inhale, cow, drop the belly, keep the arms strong, elbows slightly soft, open the chest. Exhale, cat, round it. Inhale, warrior cow, open the throat, let the front side body stretch. Let's do 1 more round. Exhale. And inhale, cow, open up. Good, inhale, come back to tabletop, curl your toes under. Now hover the knees 2 inches above the mat. So lift the knees. Now feel that belly start to fire up. So we're gonna take some cat-cows from here. It's not a big movement. So rather than moving the hips at all, we're only gonna move through the shoulders. So exhale, round chin to chest. Inhale, cow, chest forward, gaze forward. Good, let's do 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk it out here, find some movement. You can even sway hips side to side here. You can lift a leg. You can open the chest towards the side of your mat. Stay with that breath, so that nice, deep, gentle, rhythmic breath. Good, 1 more breath here with movement. Then let's find our alignment here for downward facing dog. So you can see Ben is gonna wrap his triceps in towards his face. This helps to broaden his upper back. Then he's going to push the mat away, reaching the tailbone towards the ceiling. This helps lengthen the waist. And his gaze is back towards his hip crease, maybe even the navel. Spread the fingers wide. Take a full breath in. A full breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Bottom under exhale, forward fold, step. Maybe float your way to a forward fold and just hang for a moment here. Let your head create traction in the spine. Soften your knees. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the mat if they aren't already there. Heel toe the feet together. Let's find a halfway lift together. So not a 90-degree angle here. Soften the knees, keep your hands on the mat. Inhale, lift halfway by lengthening the spine, chin off chest. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift, let the spine unroll. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, extended mountain. Press through the feet, strengthen the legs, reach, palms touch, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your side. Inhale, extended mountain, reach, palms press, triceps wrap. Exhale, forward fold, soften the knees, spine is long as you hinge forward. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale to a high plank, step back and lower down to Chaturanga. So elbows press directly back. Inhale, upward facing dog, tops of the toes on the mat, spine unrolls. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use the core to pull the hips towards the ceiling. Reset to your downward facing dog. 1 more breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Bottom of your exhale, forward fold. So we want to press everything out to find that little float, that lift right away. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, extended mountain, Urdhva Hastasana. Press through the bandhas in the feet, arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Try not to press the hips back, but to fold over the groin. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to Chaturanga, plant the hands, step back. Now it's early, you can still move from the knees here. Inhale, upward facing dog, opens the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice breath to reset. Good, let's do one more sun A together. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, extended mountain. Reach palms overhead, gaze. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Inhale, extended mountain. Palms reach nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Now a little different here. I'm going to walk you through a float back if you want to do these here. So plant your palms towards the mat. You're going to gaze forward and start to shift your weight over your shoulders, drawing that Uddiyana Bandha, that core in. Start to lift the toes off the mat, soften the elbows. Exhale, float the toes to Chaturanga. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in and out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, maybe a little pop. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, chair Utkatasana. So draw the weight back into the heels. Imagine that you're trying to rotate the inner thighs towards the back of your mat. Tuck the tail slightly towards the floor. That'll help engage through the core. Pull the pelvic floor muscles up and in. Ben has his hands touching triceps, wrapping in. Take a breath. Exhale, forward fold. Straighten the legs first. Hinge out over the pelvis. Inhale, find your halfway lift, or you can shift forward. Exhale, float or step back, move through Chaturanga. Again, knees are okay here. You can do knees, chest, chin. You can do high plank to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Now hold here. I want you to squeeze that side body, that right side body. Hold that right knee up like you're trying to reach it towards the shoulder. Keep it here. On your exhale, lunge right foot to right pinky. Take a runner's lunge here. Now keep the back knee lifted for now. And find a little bit of movement here. Maybe you wiggle the foot a little farther out to the side of the mat. You could even roll to the blade side. Press back through the left heel for one more breath in. And exhale, heel toe your right foot to center. So find your center lunge. Spiral the back foot down to 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Now find that nice deep lunge in the front knee. Make sure your front knee is not shifting in towards the left, but it's nice and firm and open. Press back through the left heel. Find length from left heel to left pinky. Take a breath in. Exhale, lunge, hands frame your right foot. Inhale, find your high plank. You can step back. Exhale, move through Chaturanga, lower down just halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep and hold. Really hug it in here. Feel that cinching up, that knitting of the ribcage on the left side. Imagine you're lifting the left knee towards the left shoulder. One more breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge, left foot, left pinky. Find your movement here. Maybe you're just holding static. Maybe you're finding compression between left inner thigh and left shoulder. Take one more breath in. Exhale, heel toe your left foot back to center. Find your lunge, right foot spirals down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Press through the feet as you rise. Now you can wrap the triceps here too. Palms can touch if you'd like. If you want to gaze at your thumbs, your arms might need to come a little bit more forward. Drop the tail, soften the belly slightly. One more breath in. Exhale, lunge, hands to the mat. Inhale, find your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in and out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. So press everything out and float. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana, sink nice and low. Palms can touch if you'd like. Exhale, airplane arms, maybe heels lift towards glutes, come onto the toes. Inhale, chair, arms overhead. One more time, exhale, airplane arms lift. Inhale, chair, reach, heels to the mat. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs, then fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, your chaturanga, maybe you float, maybe you step. Move through to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Keep the hips nice and level. Exhale, knee to nose. Think cat back here, rounded in. Inhale, three-legged dog. Find that length. Exhale, lunge to right hand. Inhale, warrior 1. Back foot down, rise. Exhale, lunge, hands to the mat. Inhale to your high plank. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. You can always skip, except for Ben. He doesn't get to skip the knee. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Really find that compression as you pull in. Inhale, lengthen left leg. Exhale, lunge to left hand. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Back foot down. Rise. Exhale, lunge, hands to the mat. Inhale, step the left foot back. Exhale, flow through to downward facing dog. Again, you can skip, you can hold high plank, or you can add on. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Bottom of your exhale, forward fold, make your way. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Arms come overhead. Exhale, airplane arms, sweep it back. Inhale, chair, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Now heel toe the feet out about hip width distance here for Padangusthasana. So you're going to take your peace fingers and you're going to wrap them around your big toes. And I want a full bind here, so thumbs come on top. Soften your knees a little bit if you need to. Let the head and neck go. Spiral the inner thighs towards the back. Hug the outer hips and then open the elbows. Use that bicep strength to pull your torso closer to your thighs. Breathe into the back side of the body here. So you have compression through the front side. You want to open the back body and send your breath to the backs of the lungs. Take another breath. And out. Inhale, find a halfway lift right here. And exhale, fold, release your bind. Heel toe the feet back together. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, lunge, step your left toes back. Good, then heel toe that right foot out. Let's find our runner's lunge again. So right foot comes nice and wide. Now drop the left knee to the mat. Find some compression here between your right inner thigh and your right shoulder. So drop down to your forearms maybe if you can. If you cannot, you can always kind of move this right tricep under and start to hug. So as you do this, I want you to start to feel that compression between arm and shoulder. Now open up the chest a little. Think cow here. And then exhale, cat, round and curl. As you do, press knee into arm. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, cow, open slightly. Exhale, round in. Good, 1 more. Hands come back to center. Lift the left knee off the mat. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Then inhale, keep the leg straight, open the hip. So find a nice stretch through the right inner thigh. Press the left heel into the mat. Inhale, 3-legged dog, square the hips. Exhale, lunge, draw the right leg through. Inhale, full crescent, Anjaneyasana. Reach the hands towards the ceiling. Now shoulders stack over hips. Drop the tail a little bit here, so just a little tuck of the tail, and you'll feel the stretch deepen through the left psoas, left quad. Now press the left heel towards the ceiling. Stretch the bottom of the left foot. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, flying crescent. Airplane the arms back. Imagine you're trying to squeeze the pinkies back behind you. Keep the chest open. Keep the neck neutral. Abdomen stays lifted off the thigh, so pull the abdomen in. Take a breath in and out. Big transition here. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Use the core strength to draw the left leg up and through to 90 degrees. Now plant firmly through the right foot. Imagine you have a rod down the center of your leg, which you do, it's bones, right? So it goes right through the center of the heel. The quadricep muscles on your right leg are so strong and solid. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, open the left leg towards the side. Start to rotate externally. Inhale, figure 4, left ankle over right. Hands come to heart center as you sink down into a modified chair pose. See if you can steady the breath and notice what's happening inside the body. Start to open the left knee towards the mat. Lift the left hip slightly. 1 more breath in. Hold here for the breath out. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Left leg returns to 90 degrees. Exhale with control, nice and slow, crescent lunge. Start to step it back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, lunge, hands come to the mat. Inhale, right foot steps back to meet left. Hold here in your high plank. Take a breath in. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Draw the hips up and back. Now we're gonna unroll to high plank 3 times. So draw your chin in towards your chest. As you inhale, come onto the toes, start to shift forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, chin up, chest last. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Good, now this time inhale, unroll to your high plank all the way. Exhale, move through chaturanga to downward facing dog. Good, inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, hug it in. I don't know if we did that on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. This is not what we did, that's all right. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, draw the gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Make your way to the top of your space. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Good, heel to the feet, hips distance. This time we're moving into Padahastasana. So the palms of your hands are going to come to the soles of the feet. Toes reach the wrist creases. Rest your abdomen on your thighs. Let the head go. And then pull with bicep strength. Elbows can come to opposite sides or elbows towards shins. Now in this position, try to lift the belly off the thighs. And again, breathe into the back body. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, release, and release the hands. Heel toe the feet together. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, lunge, right toes step back. Good. Inhale, rise to full crescent. Arms overhead. So feel this posture rather than just making the shape. Turn your drishti, your gaze inward to what's happening inside the body, noticing subtle sensations as much as intense sensations. Find that tucking of the tail. Notice how that changes the stretch. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, flying crescent. Reach the arms back. Triceps are engaged. Draw the pinkies towards one another behind the back. Gaze is neutral. Lift the belly from the thigh. One more breath in and out. Big transition. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana, right leg to 90 degrees. And again, you have the opportunity to stabilize here through the left leg. Left leg is unbent. It is solid and strong. Press through the left foot. Right leg is an extension here of the hip joint. Take a breath. Exhale, start to open the right hip to the side. Foot is flexed. Inhale to your figure four. Right ankle over left quadricep and find your chair pose. So it's not uncommon here for your right hip to dip. So maybe just draw the right hip up towards the ceiling 1 inch. See how that changes the posture. A lot of us don't have mirrors at home, so we can't see. So we have to tune into the posture from the inside out. One more full breath. Inhale back to your Ekapada, your foundation here. Exhale to crescent with control. Good. One breath in. Exhale, lunge, hands to the mat. Inhale, find your plank pose. Left toes meet right. Exhale, move through vinyasa, maybe from the knees. Inhale, open the chest, the throat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple rounds here, reset. See if you can find rest here in your downward facing dog. One more breath. Inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Keep the hips square. Exhale, knee to nose, draw it in. Inhale, three-legged dog, find the length. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Now a little different here. We're gonna do what I call the elevator, nice core workout. So as you inhale, lower the right knee down to the right wrist. As you exhale, draw it up to the armpit, elbow, or belly to spine. Good. Inhale, right knee to the right wrist. Exhale, draw it up and in. Try to keep the hips somewhat neutral. Let's do one more. Good. Inhale, three-legged dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, runner's lunge, right foot, right pinky. Now keep the left knee lifted. Plant the left palm. Inhale, reach the right arm nice and long in front. Exhale, draw the right tricep underneath the right hamstring. Reach the fingertips to the back of the space. Palm faces the mat. Now find that compression between right inner thigh, right tricep, right shoulder. You can stay here. If you want to go further, you can start to lift the left hand up. Palm faces the mat. Fingertips face the back of the mat. It's all about the compression here and the strength through the legs. Stay here for one more breath in and out. Hands come back to the mat. Exhale to lunge, heel toe that right foot to center. Inhale, rise, crescent Anjaneyasana, reach overhead. Exhale, flying crescent, arms sweep back. Good, 2 more times with your breath. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane arms. 1 more time. Good, now hold here in your airplane arms. Inhale, warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Slowly start to shift the weight into the right leg. Use quadricep muscles to straighten the right leg. Now see if you can bring your awareness, your attention to that left hip. So it's going to want to lift. See if you can focus on drawing that down. Then opening the chest. Nice, slight cobra through the chest. 1 more inhale. Exhale, back to crescent, left toes to the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, open up. So check in here. Knee is stacked over ankle. See if you can take your lunge just a little bit deeper. Find that internal rotation through the left hip and external rotation through the right. So opposing actions here. Strengthen the arms, but release the tension in the neck. Gaze over the right middle finger and breathe. Good, 1 more breath in. Pull the pelvic floor muscles in on the breath out. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg, sweep the arm back. Press equally through the feet and imagine that you're lifting out of the right hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, lunge, cartwheel down to the mat. Inhale, right toes come back. Don't touch the mat, but keep them lifted and hovering. Exhale, Ekapada, Chaturanga. Keep the right foot lifted as you lower halfway. Both toes to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, draw down. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Nice length here. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Good, now we have that elevator here. So on the inhale, left knee lowers to left wrist. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more. Inhale, try not to move the hips too much. Exhale, last one. And exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog, draw it back. Exhale, runner's lunge, left foot, left pinky, right knee lifts. Plant the right palm. Inhale, sweep the left arm forward. Exhale, left tricep, left hamstring. Good. Now, if you want to take the flying version, reach the palm towards the mat. Left arm stays lifted. Find that engagement between left shoulder, left inner thigh. If you want to go even further, right arm starts to lift. Right palm faces the floor. Right fingertips towards the back of your space. Hold here. Find that compression for 1 more breath in. And out. Inhale, hands back to the mat. Exhale to lunge. Heel toe that left foot into the center of the mat. Inhale, rise. Full crescent, fingers to sky. Exhale, airplane arms, sweep it back. Good, 2 more, flying crescent. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep. Last one. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3 with strength rather than momentum. And again, draw your awareness to the right hip, so I can guarantee most of us have the right hip open here. Another way to think about it is maybe trying to dial the right pinky toe towards the mat. Open the chest just a little bit. Take another breath in. Exhale back to your crescent lunge, right toes to the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, open up. Check your feet alignment. Press equally through the feet, engage the inner thighs. Tone the belly. And then feel this posture from the inside out. Perfect opportunity to see what's happening inside. One more exhale here. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten and strengthen the front leg. Maybe think about reaching up towards the ceiling first and then over. Find that nice, deep side body stretch. Take a breath in. Exhale, lunge, cartwheel down to the mat. Inhale, left toes come back. Keep them hovered above the mat. Exhale, Ekapada Chaturanga, lower halfway. Both toes to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple rounds of breath. Good, 2 more. One more. Now come halfway to the mat with your feet. So go ahead and step in about a foot. And then feet are gonna come a little bit wider than hips distance here. As you inhale, find a nice deep squat. Bring your forearms together. Reach your forearms in front. Feet face forward. Now try to engage the core so you don't have such deep compression in the hips, and find the strength here in this posture. Hug the forearms together, steady the breath. Take one more breath in. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Lift the hips an inch or 2, not much. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, right tricep comes under right hamstring. Index finger and thumb frame the heel. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, left tricep under left hamstring, index finger and thumb frame the heel. Now hug into the shoulders and start to lift the hips and straighten the legs as you gaze up towards the ceiling. Really hugging in here, compressing everything, finding those isometric holds. Take one more breath in this posture. Good, inhale, release, arms come back out together, find your squat. Take a breath in. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, float forward and grab a seat for Paschimottanasana. Maybe the feet slide through. Good, you can remove the muscle back behind you. Flex the toes here, so we want a nice active posture. Quadriceps are engaged. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, without rounding the spine, but keeping the spine long. Reach for whatever you can touch. So you can bend the knees if you'd like. You can grab opposite sides of the feet, thumb to big toe, and then use the biceps to bend the elbows and draw the heart forward. Gaze at your big toes. One more breath in. Inhale to rise. All the way up, release your grip, moving into Janu Shirasana. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inner left thigh. We're gonna keep the left leg nice and straight in front of us this time, rather than bringing it out at an angle. Good, press that right knee towards the mat. Big toe faces the mat on the right foot. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, again, with a long spine here, so not the same as the hot variation where it's forehead to knee. We're opening the chest, lengthening the spine. Two more breaths. Inhale to rise. Switch out the feet for Janu Shirasana, other side. So sole of left foot, inner right thigh. So the top of the left big toe is pressed against the mat. Right leg long in front of you, right leg strong. Arms come overhead, then you're gonna reach long. So if you can grab outside of the foot, reach for opposite wrist. See if you can draw the heart forward for 2 more breaths. 1 more. Good, inhale to rise. Keep the right leg where it's at and reach down to grab the outside of the right foot. Lengthen the left leg long and start to work through the hip here. So pushing and pulling. And then we're gonna find our rock the baby here. So sole of right foot into the elbow of your left arm. Right arm wraps around. Most of us have done this before. And you can start to kind of rock around. If you want to place the right hand out to the side and work that outer hip. Good. Coming back to center. Sole of right foot to left hand. Right foot, or right hand to right calf. So we're going to put on our little backpack here for a pickup. Now I want your left foot, your left heel, to come towards your left glute. So draw your left heel in, almost like you're sitting cross-legged. Good, now lean forward. Place your hands in a chaturanga type posture. Start to strengthen and straighten the right leg. Shift forward and lift the left leg off the mat. Hug the elbows in. Open the chest. Keep lifting your left heel towards your left glutes and release. Good. Let's work the other side. So right leg long, left leg. Start to push and pull. Really working the hip here. And then find your cradle. Work into the outer hip, that posture that makes most of us grimace because it is so tight. And then we'll put on our backpack. Earlier this week we were calling it a purse or a man purse.
European carry-all.
Ben says it's a European carry-all. I don't know about that. Put your left leg up onto the left shoulder as close as you can. Lean back on the sits bones and draw the right heel into the right glute. Place the hands to the mat, lean forward and start to straighten your left leg, then shift forward and lift the left heel. Find chaturanga arm. Left elbows open slightly. 1 more breath and release. Take a breath in and out. Good, and we're gonna work into Kundinasana, hurdler's pose here from our runner's lunge. So think about that flying runner's lunge that we were doing. And then these pickups really prepare you. So this posture is all about leverage. Thinking about like a teeter-totter. So when one end of the body goes down, the other end should come up. So as your head starts to move towards the ground, the back leg is gonna lift, and you wanna strengthen and straighten that back leg to create a nice pull, a nice lever for the body. So from our runner's lunge, we'll start in that posture here with the tricep to the hamstring. And then think about chaturanga arms here as you place the palms towards the mat. Squeeze the elbows in, cinch the core up, gaze forward. Now start to heel toe that right foot out. I like to do that first. And I like to really find my leverage here so I could lift if I wanted to. And then all in one motion, I'm gonna bend the elbows, I'm gonna shift forward, straighten the right leg, and lift the left. Left glute is super engaged, gaze is towards the right toe, and then you can step back. So Ben's gonna try here on the right side first.
Yeah.
So find your runner's lunge with the right leg. Good, now find tricep to hamstring. Your right tricep is your shelf here for the leg. So the right elbow will be out slightly. The left elbow is gonna press straight back. Start to heel toe the right foot out a little bit towards the top kind of diagonal, so top right corner of the room. And then all in kind of one motion, you're gonna shift forward. Head comes towards the mat. Back leg lifts and straightens. Right leg straightens. Hold for at least 3 breaths. And then when you're ready with control, you can bring the left toes back to the mat. You can step back to downward facing dog and shake the hips out. All right, let's do the other side. Left leg comes high. Exhale, find your runner's lunge. Find your shelf here on the left tricep. And then I like to heel toe that right foot out a little bit, so it's already kind of elevated, like I can just lift it off the mat. Then as I shift forward, I'm gonna lift the right leg up behind me like a lever. The right leg is strong, the glute is engaged. Straighten your left leg as much as you can.
This one doesn't go straight.
Nice. And when you're ready, downward facing dog or child's pose. Good, take a breath in and out, wherever you're at. Then come down to a seat at the center of your mat. Feet come out in front of you, and then slowly come to lying all the way down in the back. So let the spine unroll as you lie all the way down. Good, and just pause here for a moment. Then hug the knees into the chest for full wind removing pose. So if you can, keep the knees together and grab opposite. Sometimes I can only really get my wrist with the other hand. Maybe you can get elbows, that's great. And then press your tailbone towards the mat. Lengthen the back of the neck, keeping the head on the floor, but allowing your chin to draw towards your chest. We're gonna take 3 more rounds of breath here. As you inhale, I want you to feel the compression between abdomen and thigh. One more breath. Good, then arms come by your sides, palms face the mat, feet face the ceiling, legs straight. You can play around here, you can flex the toes, point the toes. I want you to think about what we did in the beginning of class here, where we knitted the ribs and drew the low back towards the mat. So find a little bit of core engagement as you flex through the toes. Good, one more time. Now keep that core engagement, keep the low back to the mat. As you exhale, slowly lower your heels back down to the mat with control. Excellent. Take a breath here and out. Knees come back into chest. Let's take happy babies here. So full happy baby. Grabbing either the inner or outer edges of the foot. If you're still at calf or ankle, that's okay. And then the same action here. So we're really trying to focus on bringing length into the spine. You press the tailbone to the mat. Draw the chin towards the chest. Pull down on the feet. Two more breaths. One more. Then with control, don't let the feet slingshot out of the hands, but release the feet down to the mat and come mat width distance. Knees face the ceiling. And then start to windshield wiper your knees side to side, keeping the feet nice and wide. One more time each side. And then you're going to bring the knees all the way to the left and place the left ankle over the right quadricep so that you can find a little bit of a deeper stretch here, kind of like a figure four. And if your right shoulder lifts off the mat, that's okay. Find that action of drawing it back towards the mat. Allow that right psoas and the IT band along the right side of the leg to open. Left inner thigh opens. Nice big breaths here. One more breath here. Good, then release the left foot from the right leg and inhale, draw the knees to center. Exhale, knees come over to the right and find that same twist on this side, right ankle, left quadricep. If you want a deeper stretch through the left psoas, you can straighten the left arm up overhead. One more breath in and out. Release the right foot from the left leg. Inhale, draw the knees back to center. Hug the knees in for one more nice squeeze, and we'll come into Shavasana here for a moment, but we're going to end with a little bit of meditation. So go ahead and move into your final Shavasana. And again, let yourself settle nice and heavy here. Arms come away from your sides, maybe palms up. Palms down if you need to feel a little more grounded. Start to stabilize the breath, letting go of any breath control. Maybe close the eyes, maybe not. And then start to bring awareness back to the body through the breath. Finding movement through the smaller joints, the toes, the fingers. And then the larger joints, ankles, wrists, knees. When you're ready, you can roll onto your right side, using your bicep as a pillow. And then press up to a seated position whenever you're ready. So Sukhasana, without stacking one leg on top of the other, but just ankles in line, both legs flat to the mat. And again, you can remove that muscle back behind you. Hands can come resting on the thighs, palms up or down. You can also find a mudra here with index finger and thumb touching, palms open. And then again, start to imagine that you have a tether or an anchor from the base of your spine right down to the center of the earth, holding you nice and firm here. Soften the gaze, close the eyes. Feel the breath moving in and out of the body. Noticing the overall tone of the body, the tone of the mind. Noticing any sounds, any sensations in your space. Turning that drishti, that gaze inwards, allowing yourself to be present right here. Find a softening through the roof of the mouth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the jaw relax. And then moving as slowly as you can, draw your hands towards heart center. And just feel all 10 fingers touch. Let your thumbs touch your heart center, your anahata chakra. Find length through the spine. And just breathe in a couple moments of gratitude here for your health, for your community, this community, safety, shelter, whatever it may be that helps you feel grounded. And we'll end class today with a single Om together. Exhale everything out. Inhale through the nose. Om.